right hair tie can actually make a huge difference to how your messy bun is going to turn out. Today I'm going to show you my viral messy bun, but I'm going to do it using these different hair ties. We've got our little tiny child size, sort of like, it's just like a normal hair tie, but it's small because this is the size of a more average size hair tie, and you can see how much smaller this one is. So then hair tie number 2, we've got these like seamless, they're kind of like rolled up nylon. I have all of these hair ties in my Amazon storefront that you can find pretty easily. And this one's nice because it's super gentle in the hair and damage-free. And they do come in smaller sizes. So if you like the damage-free aspect, you can find them in smaller sizes, like this one. And then we've got our classic satin scrunchie here. And then we have these. Now, there are 2 types of these, and I only like this type. I don't have any of the type I don't like anymore to show you the comparison, but these are quite wide here. I find a lot of these kind of phone cord, accordion hair ties come, and they're quite narrow, and the cord part is like round. I don't like those. I find they get stuck in your hair. They get really loose. They're kind of difficult to use. So I do have these. These were Goody brand, linked in my Amazon storefront. And if you're going to use this kind, I like these ones, not the regular ones. If you have not seen my messy bun videos before, you might feel like you need a tutorial on this messy bun, but this is not a tutorial on this messy bun. This is just showing you how these different hair ties is going to affect the outcome of the messy bun. If you need a tutorial on this messy bun, you can find them in this playlist. There are a bunch of them ranging from 1 minute and 40 seconds long to an entire almost 12-minute long video talking you through the bun. So you can find everything you need for learning how to do the bun there. And today we're just going to show you exactly how these different hair ties can make a huge difference. Keep in mind also not only the type of the hair tie, but the size of the hair tie. The thicker your hair is, the more larger of a hair tie you're going to be able to get away with. The thinner your hair is, you might need to go down a size in hair ties because you really, for this messy bun, need to be able to secure your hair with just 2 ties of the hair tie. If 2 ties of the hair tie is not going to be tight enough to keep the hair up, then you need to use a smaller hair tie. So we're going to start with the little guy here. All right, so let's do our bun. And I do like these. I try not to use these ones too often though. I don't like to use these all the time because out of all the hair ties, this is the one that's the most likely to cause damage. Not that it's gonna damage your hair using it once. It's just the one that if it was used repetitively is going to likely cause the most tension damage over time. So here we go. That is the small hair tie. I do find because this hair tie is rather small, this one's relatively easy to work with and usually does a messy bun for me pretty effortlessly every single time. It makes it pretty easy for me to pull my hair apart. And I generally don't struggle to do my messy bun with this small hair tie. Now we're going to use the seamless hair tie. This one is probably the one I use the most often because it is the one that is going to damage my hair the least. But I do find it is the hardest one for creating the nicest messy bun. I struggle more often with this to create the shapes, mostly because it's a looser hair tie. It doesn't get my hair as tightly done. And I mean, that's partly why it's not going to damage my hair as much. But because of that, my buns can be a bit more floppy. They're harder to shape. They don't always stay where I put them as easily. And as you can see here, it's a bit more on the floppy side, this bun. This bun is not going to hold its shape throughout the day quite the same as the other. I have a harder time manipulating it with this because I just don't have as much tension in there. So I'm always afraid I'm going to pull the ends out a little bit. And while the bun looks very similar, it definitely won't have the longevity for me that the first hair tie did. So if I'm going to a dance class or something and I want my hair to stay up and stay like it is, I might use the other one, but I definitely use this one more often. I do feel it like, you know, it's moving around in my head a lot more, and you can see like already that's going to do this pretty quickly throughout the day with this particular hair tie. But for around the house and for everyday use, These are a lot less damaging, so I do tend to use them often. Now we'll do the scrunchie. The scrunchie is also a relatively damage-free option. Also usually gives me the fullest bun, the fluffiest looking bun, because the hair tie itself in this case is adding a lot of volume. The only downside is you have to want to see the scrunchie, because if you don't have a lot of hair, if you have a ton of hair, then you might be able to completely hide the scrunchie. But if you have hair like me, and I think most of my followers do have hair similar to me, then you will likely see the scrunchie peeking out, and I just don't always want that look. So this is my scrunchie bun. I also find this one quite secure. I can usually put my hair up in one of these for a dance class and it will last fairly well. Definitely, I mean, it's gonna move. I will sometimes, especially if I'm gonna be dancing or something, pin the edges. And if the edges are pinned, like it really, I look ridiculous, but it really doesn't move very much. And the scrunchie gives it a really firm base to hold on to, and it's really going to stay up there and hold its shape and hold the volume and do all the things for you with less effort on your part, in my opinion. And so then you've got this guy. I hardly ever use these anymore. I did go through a phase where I used them all the time, but I have since gotten more used to using my scrunchies or the other hair ties. I don't use these as often, and I do find these the hardest to create the messy bun with. I'm not bad at doing it with any of these, honestly, but for someone who's not great at doing it, I wouldn't start with one of these. So we'll flip. The nice thing about these is once you do get your messy bun and you are good at doing your messy bun with one of these hair ties, they are very, very secure, and your bun really isn't gonna go anywhere. They don't add a lot of volume or anything. A little bit more than the first two hair ties though, but not as much as the scrunchie. That's the word I'm looking for. Not as much volume as the scrunchie, but it is a very secure bun. It's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't flop around. It's probably the least floppy, honestly. Still gets a little bit of volume, still looks really pretty, still works really well, but it is going to be a trickier hair tie to work with. They're a bit tighter, they're a bit harder to manage, I think, for someone who's not used to it. But at the end of the day, once you get good at doing your messy bun, the hair tie you use is not going to make a huge difference, and you're going to be able to create the hair tie, or the bun rather, no matter which hair tie you choose. But when you're learning, the easier hair ties to use would be one of these two. They're the easiest to be successful with. This one's not hard, but your bun's going to fall out pretty quickly, especially if you're not good at doing it. And if you have thinner hair, these ones being a bit bigger, it can be tricky to get everything in the right place. So I wouldn't start with one of these. I would start with one of these. If you like to dance or you're very active like I am, you can switch to one of these if you find the others aren't secure enough, because this will definitely be your most secure option. But I would learn with these. I would learn with these, and then if you feel like you need to switch to a more secure bun, you can definitely go to these little accordion foam cord zigzag hair ties. I don't even know what they're called, but you can switch to one of those. And yeah, just if you still haven't got the messy bun, just keep practicing. Believe it or not, 2 years ago when I first learned this messy bun, I could not for the life of me get it. I would do it over and over and over, and it would just fail every single time, but I was determined and I eventually got it. So if I can, you can. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little bit more insight into which hair tie to choose for your messy bun, because it really can make a big difference. And you might just even find that you find one easier to work with than the others, and that's totally fine. There is no wrong answer here. There is no wrong hair tie to use to make your messy bun. Please like and subscribe because it really helps me out, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, because I do post 3 every single week. Thank you so much for watching today, guys. Bye.